Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Lunar M coming in with a little note about net decking, okay? A lot of players rail against net decking, okay? And for those of you who don't know what net decking is, it's taking a deck build off the internet and using it as your own. Now, I personally don't like net decking, okay? I like building my own decks because that's the deck you know the best. You put the cards in yourself. You were like, hey, this goes good here, this goes good here, this goes good here. Alright? You were the one who formed those connections. Now, they may not be the best of the best when it comes to deck building, but they're your own. And you should be proud of that. Okay? Now, net decking, it's something a lot of players use, and it's not necessarily problematic. It's just, it's not your own deck. It's just not your own. Alright? And okay, you took a build off the internet and you're using it as your own, but you're doing very well with it. Okay, props to you. Props to you. Alright, now, what I do if I ever have to net deck, which I've only ever done it once. One time. But what I do is I take the build, and then I play it a few times, see how it works, and then find what I like, what I don't like, what I would change, what needs to be changed, what doesn't work for my playstyle. And then I change it. It undergoes about 10 to 15 of those cycles. And I then have a creation that's actually completely my own. It resembles almost nothing that the original was. I did that for Fire Fist Hands. And my build actually, when for its time frame, actually decimated. It was back when hands were a big thing. They were kind of one-hit wonder, but net decking. Look, if you're gonna rail against net decking, why? I mean, what's wrong with people being unable to build their own decks, so they go and they get help? What's wrong with that? Like, they're doing what they can to be as good of a player as they can. Why rail against that? Why hate on people for using a net deck, or as one would call it, copy and paste deck? I mean, when it comes down to it, they're still a duelist. They still play the game. They're just subpar at building decks, so they see how decks are built. But, basic point of this video, stop bullying people who net deck. Look, I'm not one who likes net decking, but I'm not going to hate on people just because they net deck. Does that make sense? Well, I'm done preaching here. It's not really my job to preach, but it's something that I felt should be brought up. Alright, so this is Lunar M signing out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., any suggestions, just let me know. Likes and subscribes are always welcome. Have a nice day.